Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hulk empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. The DOGs are sawing logs. Tucker's over yonder. Luna's out. Living room. It's late. It's like 8 o'clock in the evening. I've been listening to a couple of astrology reports, and I feel like what they're all saying, now's the time to. People are really wanting to feel escapism for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. They're just trying to break up their norm. They're seeing the patterns. I've seen patterns my whole life, and I try to get people to see the patterns. Do you see the pattern? Do you see the pattern of the same behavior? Even if you're doing it with people that look entirely different and, act different and things like that, but your behavior is the same, is consistent. And these are the patterns in which people are needing and finding that they need to break. So escapism is paramount right now. I'm doing pretty good, actually. My desire is to not escape, and usually I'm just, and the days are starting to get nice, and I start wanting to get more active. I still got to, still stay close to home, but today I was able to do some pretty sweet pre-spring cleaning. Got some things accomplished and felt good about it. Yeah, so it's a pleasant day. I have no complaints. Yeah. I'm not really trying to watch the news much at all. I don't really need to know. It's more of the same. It's more of the same of what it's always been. I believe that people are waking up to energy. They're seeing in understanding frequency and vibe and all that stuff, and more people are starting to learn their charts, because there's more channels, there's more readers, there's new readers, there's different readers, there's always different readers. Still not a lot of Heyoka. Still not a stream for Heyoka yet, but I just believe in shared consciousness, and that we've all had the same thoughts. Maybe not at the same time, but we've all had the same thoughts. We've all been hurt. We've all been livid. We've all been joyful at some point, even if it was brief. We know that bright vibration, and if it wasn't in this incarnation, it's been in some. So we know that frequency, and once you recognize it, it's like a ching. It's like a alert to me, whatever the vibe is. Whether I need to be excited because it's, good things, like attracts like, good, I get duped a lot because I just like to help people and do things for people, and it took me years to figure out the vibration of the freaking scumbag that just likes to take advantage of people like me. But there are more than there are people like me, so I try to just, teach people to freaking, if somebody feels good, and if it ain't in an imbalanced a plus minus, if you can't count on them and it's a back and forth flow, then it ain't a balanced relationship. And my astrology says I gotta be mindful of people that it ain't balanced, that I'm doing all this stuff, and hey, I got a lot of energy. I don't mind doing stuff for people, but I've had the history of I would just go all out and do everything for people, and people are like, oh my gosh, and they're like, so much. I don't want to know you, because they don't want to do things to exchange, because they don't have the energy, because all their energy goes into, whatever else is more important than me. I don't mind. I understand when people have families and they can't take time to talk to me, and I'm not like a priority on the planet at all, and a lot of people are like me. And I think it's neat to see all these clubs and stuff that are these more groups, these interesting groups that are like-minded, you know, that are really reaching out to each other. And that's what these are the times are all about, are people like attracts like, and people finding the people that they're in alignment with, you know, that they vibe with, their same freak tribe. It's kind of interesting. I've been watching these videos on space exploration, because we're all just stardust, man. And sometimes I see I see cosmic constellations and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh my god, I feel like it's like my cousin Ned, you know what I mean? And one I watched earlier today, just not too long ago, it was New Horizons. I've been watching videos about things that New Horizons seen, and that's a satellite that's flying through space, and there was this, like, it almost looks like a nerd, the old candy, like the cratery candy, porous candy, almost like and I was like, and when I was I remember, I have recall of memories of that, so it was like recognition, you know. And I think that there's a percentage of the population of people like me that will probably freaking chime in and get excited when they see that too, you know, because it's going to trigger some recognition in their own DNA, and people are waking up to, you know, we all live in these cycles and all in these patterns, and we have a chance to just, you know, when it wears, people don't understand how much physical stress it causes on people just to be a jerk, how much it harms you to be a withholding, or me, if I ever feel like being that, a withholding, selfish jerk, you know. And I've seen it. I've seen it my whole entire life. People that have put themselves before anybody else, not thinking that what they want to do is going to negatively impact the collective, whether it's the family, the classroom, the church, the local government. It's what they want to do, darn it, because it's what they say goes. And what people are finding out, it takes a very small vibration to create that stink. And people are starting to wake up. The Great Awakening is just, doesn't matter what the change is for you. Doesn't matter how old you are. The time that you see this, you could be 20, you could be 67, you could be 45. Doesn't matter. That there is going to be something to shift in your life, and the world is going to be completely different as you understand it than it ever has been before. And that is happening on a collective level. And people are starting to realize that we create our own reality with the directions and path in which we direct our thoughts, and we do have control of our thoughts. And if you don't have control of your thoughts, try meditation and get control. Learn how to get control. Where do people learn how to do stuff? Like, just to be just for well-being. That's what I try to teach people here. You know, people that can't pay to go to freaking fancy conferences. I was watching Good Doctor last night, and you know, a lot of these kids are vaping and stuff like that because they have so much anxiety, and the dad was like teaching him how to breathe and put himself in control. And I hope to one day teach more people to do that, because kids don't want to freaking be popping Adderall and lithium and whatever the adults told them that they need to take because it's for their best interest, but it just desensitizes them. And then one day when, you know, they either get to the point they can't afford it and have to just quit or whatever, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna feel the emotions and the feelings that have been subdued for so long. Then what are you gonna do? A lot of people are shorting out. They're reacting instead of responding. They're getting carried away with different dialogues in their mind, and well, we're getting more of the same. You know, we have a chance to make the world heaven on earth at this point. You know, if everybody just guides and directs their thinking in a positive outcome, whatever the situation is, as long as the outcome's positive, that will send the whole planet into a positive trajectory. It's how quantum entanglements, physics, whatever you want to call it, it's how it works. The high vibe, we pull everybody else up to come up here with us. And there's a lot of low vibers that want to keep people down there, yeah. Don't even feel good anymore. Don't even feel good. There's a couple shows that I've been watching. I started watching, what was it? Breeders last night, and dude has freaking trouble. He gets freaking living with his kids, and it's just like, how freaking cool. I don't have kids, but I can get just as frustrated and snarky in everyday life if I don't meditate and things like that. And that's cool that they are publicly addressing it. And he's Watson on Sherlock. I freaking dig him too. Anyway, and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, yeah. So it's like I talk about anger so other people can talk about anger, because it's hiding it is what is making people freaking short out. Is because they hide it and like they act like everything's okay, and then one more freaking bullshit instant gets added to the pile and they just freaking combust, can't even hang. So emotional control, folks. Self-care, self-awareness. You know, ain't nobody gonna calm you down but you in a lot of situations these days. Another show, Zoe's Infinite Playlist. That's cool. I think it's rad that they made her a Capricorn. She said she's a Capricorn. I'm like, yep, that makes sense. You know, it's a good show. I can relate to that because that's what I do. I'm an empath. I just read people. I just read people all day long. I just read people. And I don't even want to. So most of the time I spend the time trying not to read people and ignore, because I don't want to know. But if I want to, you know, but if I study people online, and I just study behavior, psychology, ethics. I'm just, you know, little frickin' data input device, whatever. But I try to keep the content I look at positive, because I know that there's negative in the world, because I've seen it from such a young age. I'm full spectrum, that's for sure, here on this too. But anyway, now I'm just blabbing. That's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.